whereas in 2025 was voted for by an all-male committee, 13 men, and no women voted. So I just wanted to get your reaction to that, all of you, if I may, please, and just maybe your thoughts on what can be done in the future to try and change that.
Yeah. That's a great question, thank you. Now, of course we want more women in the game, and we want more women in every position. So we hope that's going to change, and lots of changes are underway, I would say. But this is also another example that that we have to move forward and get more women also in those positions. And also the decision makers, make women part of decision making too. I think that's good. It's really good news that our Debbie Hewitt is chosen, and that's a very good thing as a vice, how do you say it, vice chairwoman, let's say chairwoman of the FIFA. So that's a really good thing. So let's see the good things. Let's try to change, even to make it a better place for women in football, and keep moving forward.
I would say in general, and you know I'm old, back in the good old days we were not allowed to play football. I think the fact that we spread the word. So as we're sitting here and we get questions, that's important, but there needs to be actions behind the words and to make people accountable. So I think we've been fighting all our lives. Let's just continue to do that because we love this game football.
Hi there, Fake Brothers, Talk Sport. Nice to see you all and echo all of those words you just said. And actually showing a fantastic performance on the pitch is a way to do that. Sarina, I just want to ask you about how big a miss Millie Bright is going to be, because she's been a stalwart of your squad since you took over. Does this help in a way in terms of preparing for the World Cup to be missing a key player like Millie?
Yeah, of course I want her to be available, and she's played so many games for us, but also for Chelsea, and she's not here. So we have our, plan B ready when she's not available. So we'll see that tomorrow. So on one hand, it's disappointing she can't be here, she can't play, but at the other hand, there's another opportunity and see where our team is when she's not playing.
Boa tarde, Gabi Fernandes para a Ronaldo TV. Minha pergunta vai para Rafa. Rafa, você que é uma menina que saiu do interior da Bahia, teve a oportunidade de viver vários momentos no futebol feminino, acompanha o crescimento do futebol feminino no mundo todo, hoje joga no grande clube da Europa e está prestes a jogar um jogo histórico amanhã, com possibilidade de quebra de recorde de público. Queria saber como é que fica o coração, se aumenta a pressão ou se aumenta a vontade de ganhar. E também queria saber, você que é rainha da dança, que eu soube das meninas, se em Terra dos Beatles também pode ter piseiro amanhã.
É interessante isso, porque eu não sou uma das mais novas da seleção, eu estou na seleção já há algum tempo, e eu acho que eu acompanhei essa transição, né, desde o começo, quando a seleção não tinha tanta mídia assim, né? A gente não tinha tanta vez como a gente está tendo agora, né? A gente não tinha tanta gente no estádio no começo como agora. E é importante isso porque eu acho que eu tô vivendo isso, eu tô vendo isso. A gente tem jogado aqui pelo clube com mais de 40 mil pessoas no estádio, isso é muito bom, coisa que a gente não via antes. Então, eu estou participando disso, mas eu acho que ainda tem muita coisa para acontecer ainda. Eu acho que o futebol feminino é o esporte do futuro que está mudando muito agora, mas tem muito a mudar. E eu acho que a gente tem uma equipe jovem, como a Pia falou, né? A gente tem uma mistura de mais experientes com mais jovens, e eu acho que a gente tem atletas que podem surpreender amanhã, né? Eu espero que a gente possa demonstrar, mas principalmente um bom futebol, porque acho que essas 90 mil pessoas estão aqui para ver um bom futebol e que o melhor vença, mas um jogo como esse acho que vai ser decidido nos detalhes.
Yes, here in front, first of all.
Hi, good to see you all here. My question is for Sarina and Leah. What are the main qualities that you see for this Brazilian team? What do you think will be more difficult for you tomorrow? And the same question for Pia and Rafaelle. What are the main difficulties for this game tomorrow playing against England? Thank you.
Okay, I'll go first, I guess.
If you want to give it
Okay,
away.
yeah, well, although they have a young team, less experience, I think this is a very good football team. They're powerful, they have a lot of athleticism in their team, and they're very tight on the ball, so they've done some very technical plays on the ball, so I heard we have one too, so that's really nice. Thank you. With Pia, they play in a recognizable structure, so there's some structure in the team. I think that's what they might have needed a little bit too. So we're excited to play them. So I want to see where we're at against Brazil.
Sundhage da vitrine do futebol feminino.
I was going to say, I think when you're a player and you play against a team like Brazil and you appreciate the individual skill and creativity, I think that's hard to play against because you don't know what's coming. So along with the structure, and then you have that flair as well. I think that's always something that players admire about each other.
And looking at England, I think they talk about organization and the speed of play. But we have talked about when the ball is flying in the box. So she needs to step up, otherwise we'll be in trouble, tell you that. Because that's one of I've seen some great goals the European players have been scoring, so that's important.
Yeah, so I have been playing here in England for like over 1 year, and I know like how good they are, how they like are intense during the game. So I know it's gonna be like a physical game, and we have to like we watch some clips and we know how good they are with crosses. So it's my job tomorrow to defend those crosses. So I hope we're gonna be like well settled for this, and then also we have to be like physical because I know playing against these girls here, they like to be physical, and you have to step up our game to win those little battles.
Edson de Lima, da vitrine do futebol feminino. Queria saber da Rafaelle, como é que você está encarando esse novo momento das atletas brasileiras que jogam no exterior? Me parece que é uma predileção da Pia e também importante, né, para o desenvolvimento de vocês, apesar que você já foi para o exterior um pouco mais cedo, né, tem a formação praticamente no exterior, e também com relação aí à visão que as suas companheiras de clube e também das outras seleções europeias têm dessa nova leva de jogadoras brasileiras que atuam fora do Brasil.
Eu acho bem legal isso, né? Acho que é uma coisa que a Pia também impôs pra gente poder experimentar futebol, estilo de futebol diferente, jogando fora do Brasil. Eu estou no Brasil, jogando fora do Brasil há mais de 10 anos, né? Eu tenho uma graduação nos Estados Unidos, joguei na China, estou aqui na Inglaterra agora, então eu pude vivenciar isso um pouco antes, mas eu acho que isso é muito bom, né? Por exemplo, eu estou num clube como o Arsenal, a gente tem jogadora de 7, 8 países diferentes, então a gente está treinando todo dia com diferentes estilos de futebol, a gente está experimentando isso, que é o que a gente encontra na Copa do Mundo. Então, para mim, é muito bom e eu posso trazer isso para a seleção, né? Então, se a gente tiver mais jogadoras tendo essa oportunidade, jogando nessa alta intensidade, nessas grandes ligas, eu acho que ajuda bastante para a gente chegar na seleção pronta, né? A gente já chega num nível bom para poder apenas ajustar algumas coisas com a comissão técnica e já ir para o jogo.
Question here in the middle front of the wall.
Thank you. Hi, Leah. Question for you, if I may. You scored in the first women's game at Wembley, I believe, as a player. So how special is it to then come back to Wembley as a coach?
Well, I'm feeling old and young at the same time. So imagine, back then we didn't have any crowds at all. Press conferences, nada. And here we are. It's a fantastic journey the women's football has taken. And I just want to emphasize how important it is. We talked about women in many positions. When I was young, I didn't even have players to look up to. It was Cruyff, Pelé, Beckenbauer. And today, you mentioned a lot of great players to great role models as well, and great coaches as well. So this is the time of my life.
Enjoy, thank you.
Please, here, the second one. Just in front, yeah.
Hi, it's Ella Braden from the New York Times. This is for Sarina and Leah. What are your expectations for the World Cup?
Well, I'm now thinking about the expectations for tomorrow, if you don't
Yeah.
mind. And we're getting prepared for the World Cup, but I think that's going to be an incredible tournament. More countries. I think the level of the game has improved a lot. That's just what Pia said. It's just very exciting at the moment to be part of the women's game because it's growing so fast. So I'm really looking forward to it, but let's first enjoy ourselves tomorrow.
And Leah, what about you?
Yeah, I echo that. I think when there's a tournament on the horizon, all players have it in the back of your mind because every day you're competing for a place on the plane. But I think tomorrow is big enough that that's at the back of our minds. Going into tomorrow.
And Rafaelle and Pia, do you have how are you feeling about the World Cup as well?
Well, I'd say answer. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much.
So we pass the microphone here.
Vou pedir licença de fazer em português primeiro para a Pia. Pia, eu gostaria que você falasse, por gentileza, sobre a candidatura do Brasil para receber a Copa do Mundo em 2027. Queria que você falasse o quão isso pode contribuir, se você acredita que o nosso futebol, nosso cenário já está maduro para que a gente receba essa competição. E para as demais, mudando só um pouquinho de assunto, mas também falando sobre o Brasil, a Inglaterra hoje vive um momento de extrema transição, uma liga das tops do mundo, com um público que a gente vai ver inclusive amanhã um exemplo que vai ser gigantesco e que também tem jogadoras que são talentosas ao ponto de ter trazido o título da Euro. Que tipo de exemplo vocês acreditam? Quais fatores vocês acreditam que pode ser importante até como exemplo para o nosso Brasil nesse sentido? Obrigado.
Well, talk about the World Cup 27. It's great when you host such a great event. It's almost like a legacy in the country. I think it's so important for Brazil when it comes to structure and organization. Right now, if we have the World Cup 27 in Brazil, it's not only those weeks or those months, it's what's coming after. To take care of all the attention you get. And in order to do that, I think it's a time that Brazil steps up. Because right now we have no U50 national team, U60. We maybe have a U70. And right now the U20 is not playing the national team. And you can imagine girls that go, or boys, girls that go to watch the game and want to represent Brazil. If you're 15 years old, you can do that in England, you can do that in Sweden. But you can't do that in Brazil. So there's so many things when it comes to structure. If you want to host a World Cup, which is a huge thing, which could be such good things after the World Cup, you have to do the right thing. You have to come up with a structure, an organization. And I hope that will happen because there's so many good players. There's such a big heart, and if everybody's playing football, beaches, all over the place, and you just have to have some sort of a structure.
Yes.
Sorry, the other question.
We have one more intervention here.
For the other news, about the example of England as a top league, top huge crowd is here. How it could be an example for Brazil to grow as well.
Yeah, well, I think you already gave the answer, the structure. I think England was totally ready for the European Championship, for the Euros last year, and that's what you see because we won the Euro. That really helped, but the game got such a boost. At every stage of the game, there's improvement, and it really accelerated because of the Euros. And that's great, but before, so I think also before, if you host a tournament, lots of work has to be done before that tournament is hosted, so you can make that next step. So, and that's what happened. So the fundament was already here, then we won the Euros, and then it could accelerate. And that's very important. important. So I hope they get as soon as possible under 15, under 16, under 20, under 23, because Brazil need that too. I've been there. I've seen lots of girls. And I'm just a little bit surprised that they don't have it. I'm disappointed, to be honest, too. So should be good for them.
We'll continue with questions from other candidates. Rafaelle.
Falar em português para você, porque eu acho que o que eu tenho visto aqui da Liga é uma coisa impressionante, né? A gente tem visto a torcida acompanhar bastante, a gente tem grandes públicos e é muito interessante você jogar na Liga, você tem grandes palcos, né? Eu falei, depois que eu saí da China eu queria ser vista, eu queria mostrar meu futebol e aqui eu estou tendo isso. Mas eu acho que é a estrutura mesmo, não é só você criar tipo fazer uma Copa do Mundo que você vai conseguir mudar o futebol. Eu acho que você tem que ter estrutura, né? A gente mesmo treina na mesma estrutura do masculino. São poucos, acho que só o Corinthians no Brasil que tem as chances de treinar no CT do masculino. Então, a gente usa da melhor estrutura aqui para se preparar bem e isso a gente apresenta um bom futebol que atrai torcida, atrai investimento. Então, é uma série de coisas que tem por trás disso para você conseguir ter o sucesso da Liga aqui. Então, eu acho que o Brasil ainda está atrás disso e precisa melhorar muita coisa antes. Mas acho que começa com os clubes de terem essa estrutura para que as jogadoras possam ter a base para poder melhorar tecnicamente, taticamente e fisicamente.
Hello, Charlotte Harper from The Athletic. A question for Pia. Sarina joined England in September 2021 and won the Euros in the summer 2022. How difficult as a manager is it to build that trust in such a short space of time and get that buy-in from your players? And a question for Rafa. When you joined Arsenal, how did Leah make you feel at home? I think I saw a video of you driving with Izquierda and the instructions. But your official captain is Kim Little, but how does Leah be an unofficial captain in the club environment? Thank you.
Well, it is difficult. It's going to a little bit of a different culture, I guess, and I experienced that. It takes time. So the fact that in a short amount of time has such a great impact, if you look at the English team today, it's phenomenal. So, but that's why she's been voted for the best coach in the world.
Cost me a lot of money,
and talking about Leah is like she helped me a lot here, like not just inside and in and off the pitch. I think she's a great player and she always like want me to feel like home here. Sometimes like she invite me to go to places so I can like be like used to the culture here and like get used to the nice weather that we have here. I was always like playing with her because like what I miss most like from Brazil here is like the weather, and she always like every time we have like a sunny day to train, she's always like with a smile on her face and like maybe like trying to talk to me and make me feel like special. But I think like she's a nice girl. She's like she always like I'm gonna try to teach her. Yeah, I'm gonna try to teach her more Portuguese so maybe she can come with me to Brazil like sometime and get some like nice.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the invite to go back to Brazil on holiday, so that's that.
And next time we have a break because we have like a busy schedule with Arsenal and the national team. But next time we're gonna be together in Brazil because like I love to be with her, and you know, like we're good mates.
Yes, please.
Hiya, Molly Hudson from The Times. My question is for Sarina, please. Over the Arnold Clark Cup, we saw you experiment a little bit. There was quite a lot of players that got minutes. This camp, obviously playing Brazil and Australia, slightly higher ranked. Is this more of a chance to see your stronger team, or do you still think there's an opportunity to experiment in this camp?
Yeah, we will experiment a little less because you have 2 games. We're in a different stage. But we're also in a period that the players have many games and the load on players is really high, so we also try to manage the load too. So it's a little bit both, see how we get, first play the game tomorrow, and of course we play to win, but you also play to develop too. So, and after that we'll see how the team is and what we still want to see and how everyone comes out of the game, manage to learn a little bit.
We'll take a couple of questions if there are still. Yes, here, just in front of us. Here, yes. No, just behind.
Oh, sorry about that.
Hi, my name is Isidro Folha de São Paulo. My question is for Rafaelle. I'll ask in English, but of course feel free to answer in Portuguese or as you wish. You're an experienced athlete. You're used to playing in big stadiums for huge crowds, but I think every athlete will say how unique it is to play at Wembley. So what was going through your mind when you stepped into the field of play today? Obrigada.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a special night tomorrow because with all these people here in a nice stadium, I feel special to have the opportunity to play here tomorrow. But as you said, I played in Maracanã in the Olympics 2016 with like 70,000 people, and it was amazing. But now it's just like, tomorrow's going to be weird because it's not going to be Brazilians in the stands, it's going to be a lot of English people. But I know these games, like the crowd is like the 12th player, and then we have to be careful with this and don't get like the energy from the crowd, like don't push us, and like maybe we can like sometimes take it easy and then wait for the best moments, because I know these games is going to be important not just for women's football but also for me as a player, because I know I'm going to tell my child and that I played at Wembley with 90,000 people. It's going to be special for me.
Hi, Claudio Campos from Roseira Magazine. Question for Pia. 4 years ago, you are part of the great moment for football that was the first Euro champs here in England. I'd like to know, how do you feel 40 years after being part of the first Finalissima at the same time here in England?
40 years ago. It is fantastic, and I remind myself every day. Actually, it's easy for me to be grateful because of the journey that the women's football has provided to me. So this is the fact that we have journalists asking questions and truly interested in the game. And when you say football today, it could be either women or men, or girls or boys. That was not the case before. So this is huge, and I try to tell people that it's important to be grateful, but at the same time you have to take the next step, because we have a little bit way to go. So continue to fight pretty much together.
Then we can finish here. Thanks a lot, Rob Table. Thanks a lot also to the journalists and for the